my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep. Every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. A hater get up. I'm ready like lift off. I've never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Monday, down. You ready?
Check. Walk it before.
Here we go.
Carr now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
This is Ford. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. First carry for Josh Jacobs. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Carr going to try and throw on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
2nd and 9 now. Open man is Winfrey. And he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Pull it high. 5.
2nd and 2. And that is is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Deshaun Hamilton, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Man, that's trash. That's trash. Mike 50. Mike 50. Mike 50. I got one.
2nd and 14. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 27 yards there, a first down.
15, run. Hey, box truck. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Here we go. He's coming. We got double up.
Throwing on first down. Walter, he's got his big tight end, Fant. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Walter into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like.
The throw complete here to Williams, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Carr. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
I got you. Mike's 50.
From the gun, Walter. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Walter. This is the tight end fan. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Bravo.
Operating from the gun, Walter. He's got this complete to Hamilton. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Deshaun Hamilton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Ford. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run with Ford. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at the 18. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Denver.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Jim. Get it.
From the gun, Walter. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50. Hey, Orbit. Squeeze double. Hey, no, look up. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? 5.
To throw again, Walter. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this 1st half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Check. Lucky. Switch. Deuce. Slam.
To throw on 3rd down, Walter. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20 as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. He's at the 40. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Carr completes it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's Jacobs, and he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown grab. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, and then these 2 teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Double dog, that's the way.
Hey, echo. Ready?
A final shot before break. Walter looking middle, and that's complete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Hey, Sue.
36. Check three. Watch the
Looking to throw on second down. Walter making the catch. It's Winfrey. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Ready to break. 50's the mark. They're going to need some therapy after this. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hey, Alpha. 50. I got him. Go.
From the gun on third down. Walter, a bullet throw, but incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be taken at the 10. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
He's coming. Exit.
Operating from the gun, Walter. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd and 2, Walter. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it?
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
694. Express.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
He was brought down there by Will Parks. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Hey, 734. Hey, 734. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Carr going to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Look at me, zipper. 50's the mark. Here we go, here we go. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just you. It's just me and you.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
Down. Mike 34. You don't want none of
second down. Richard. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That good for 22 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Carr now to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Draymond Jones just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. From the gun, Walter. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Go.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
First down, Broncos.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Switch. Show it up. You're out.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Denver.
On 1st and 10, Walter. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Go. Hey, Charlie.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Five.
Back to throw. Walter. And he's going to go down again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch
Bravo.
the slant. 50.
Hey.
50's to Mike. All day, baby. All day. All day, baby.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
Let's go one more.
Operating from the gun. Walter completes it to Fant on the right side. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Walter. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Raiders, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euro, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown. Touchdown. 8th floor. Come down. Hotel. Lobby. Receptionist. What now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest. No recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables. Now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the errands need a reservation and half my money goes straight to but I'm a trip about it. That's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking. They don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer and I don't need you to okay it. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from home. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown.
They took it to 10.
Hey.
100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Posse, and Dave went.
Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went.
Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred,
Meaning credentials.
best of both worlds
When we rocking over pearls and the instrumental. Ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about, space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen.
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick to the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot,
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align with move with all
Simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got.
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert.
Upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing.
Leaving the kings of all
So are
ground.
you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the left.
pocket like rocket fuel.
Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I put so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted.